No, it's not that. Like AI job market is fiercely competitive. Reason is that like everyone is trying to get into AI, and there's just not that many jobs. And also like this estimation by like Element AI, they said like only about like they have like millions of people taking AI courses, but there are only about like 10,000 people actually know what is going on. So if you don't want to be just like one of those million people who just take courses and not understanding the importance, like the significance of like of things you're learning. I have chatted with a lot of recruiters from like with Google or like even with my company in NVIDIA, and they told me that out of all resumes, only 1% of the resume received get to the interview process, and out of all the people in the interview, only 5% get a job offer. So it means that if you get a 10,000 resumes, maybe 100 of them will get interviewed, and about like out of those 100 people, maybe 5% eventually get a job. It's like it's 5 job offers out of 10,000. It's just like really, really insane. The interview process, you guys are pretty familiar with it, but I'm just gonna go over it anyway. It varies company to company, but it's usually like it follows the same skeleton. So the first screen, when the recruiter or some team member is calling up and say, that should get to know you, where should get to know whether the background is going to be a potential fit for the team, whether their interest aligns with the company's interest. And after the phone screen, you're okay, you're not a psychopath, then move you to like coding challenges or interview. It's really done online. So yeah, so like CodePad or something, so they'll give you some problems and you have to like do live coding to solve those problems. So next, after you pass on this, you can go to an on-site interviews, which means like the companies will bring you to the office, and you have a day-long interviews with like everyone. So it can consist of like anywhere from 4 to 8 interviews. When I interviewed Google, I had like 10 interviews. It's a really long process. And after all that, we have a hiring committee gonna meet and decide whether you like pass on the requirement to get a job. So yep, but don't fret. It's actually doable to get a job in AI. So there are a few tips. So the first thing you have to make the resume stand out. Like given the insane amount of resumes that every company receives, if you just have a normal resume, like you finish school, you just all the coursework, you're not gonna stand out. So I can speak from my experience. I recently helped my team because our team is very new, so we are recruiting a lot. And I got a lot of resumes. I got like hundreds of resumes, and I got a lot of resumes from really good school like Stanford, Harvard, MIT. Oh, these people just like they didn't do anything outside coursework, and it was just like discard as a resume, even though they went to really good school. So how do you make yourself stand out? Like you have to go. What my manager said is I have to go above and beyond. You have to be, you have to show the pattern what you are asked. So first you can do like cool projects. I've seen people doing really cool projects as in like, one thing I do is like, as in like how to detect whether somebody is drunk for the text messages. Or my friends and I did something in college, which got pretty popular, was that like based on people interaction on Twitter, we can detect echo chambers. So people with the same political affiliations. So we can predict with pretty high accuracy just from somebody tweeting that whether the person will be Trump supporter or not. Yeah, but like doing things is not enough. Like if you don't publish what you've done, there's no reason to know what you have done. So you can do publish like through blogs. I love technical blogs. So like when somebody write a technical in-depth blog post, it not only shows that you understand, you know what's going on, you understand concept. It shows that you have good communication skill to be able to explain the concept. And communication skill is like extremely important getting a job. You can still write archive papers. You can still just because they have really good. I've seen their code on GitHub and have been so impressed. I reached out to them like asking whether they'd like a job with my team. So you can also join competitions. You know, I hope you know Kaggle. Kaggle is where they post some certain challenge usually in data science and machine learning, and you can compete. And people who have won Kaggle competitions are usually considered pretty good. Like if I see a candidate, a resume, like winning a big Kaggle competition, I would be pretty down. I would be very interested in interviewing the candidate. A lot of conferences like NIPS on New RIPS now has a competition track where you can just like enter and compete with other people, which is so great. Even so, hackathons or like competing in public benchmarks. Another way is that you should contribute to open source project. So even good, and my friend got a job offer because he contributed to a TensorFlow project. I also did some open source projects, and this guy who committed a really detailed, a very meaningful contribution. It was like, wow, he actually really knows, he has really good coding discipline. So actually also again reached out to him. So second step is you have to prepare for technical interviews. Like you can be really good, but if you are not prepared, like you're not gonna be able to show how good you are. So technical interview is just like any other test. Like if you take SAT or GRE, you pretty have to prepare for it. So the same, like if you do a so like if you go to technical interviews, you should probably prepare for it too. And it's a very long process to prepare. It should take at least a month. So you not only have to prepare for the like normal software engineering questions, you can check out the book like cracking the coding interview. You should also like stock upon the machine learning exercise, because the recruiter might, or like the team might ask you to implement machine learning models. You also need to have the theoretical understanding, because we understand like, oh, you say that, oh, you have worked with convolutional network before, but when we probably ask you to explain the detail, like what does it mean, why you do that. So you need to understand like everything that you did. And it's a long process. Again, like it's a big time commitment. You can just show up and expect to get through it. You might actually, if you're a genius, maybe, but maybe like only 1% of people are that good. Okay, so the next thing is do internships. Internships are like extremely important, and so I think recent years, I see that more and more Vietnamese students are doing like meaningful internships. But in the US, it's pretty standard. At Stanford, when I went to school, like almost everyone did internship. It's very rare to see students not doing internship for a summer. So internships help you like understand what you want. You might think that you want to work in AI, but then what if you start working in and realize that you don't like it? So internships help you understand what you are getting yourself into. It can also help you understand and compare different companies to see which one suits you the best. And different companies have a huge different culture. Like NVIDIA and Google and Facebook all have very different cultures, and you might like one company more than the other. And also an important thing is that internship to full-time conversion is much easier than getting a full-time offer. Like internship interviews are like 3 times easier than a full-time interview. So what you can do is that you get an internship, and then you do one internship, and then you get a returning offer for a full-time job at the same company. So it's easy, much easier. So NVIDIA, our main pipeline for new graduate candidates is through internships. So we highlight mostly from people who have done internships with us. Okay, and some tip, get referrals. So because there's so many people applying for jobs, getting referred by someone in the company will help move the resumes like to the top. So it might be easier for you to get an interview. It's not gonna get you a job if you're not good, but it will help you get a foot through the door. On the online profile, so it's pretty standard for recruiter nowadays to get a resume and do a quick check on your life. You shouldn't have any drunken photos. You shouldn't make some like racist and sexist remarks. You should not bully people online, because people would find out. Another tip is that like a lot of people, when they do career interviews, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do Python, before even knowing what's the problems that the recruiter wants them to solve. So one tip is that like you always hear the question first, ask on the clarification about the problem before deciding what language would be the best to solve that problem. And yeah, another thing is the last one is to be honest. Like you should not pretend to know things that you don't know. So when I interview people, like one red flag I have is like when people just throw things like, oh, we use BERT, you use like transformer, and then I ask them, okay, so how do you do that? And they're like, I actually don't know. I just heard it somewhere. Like, then why didn't you bring it up? So if you don't know something, just don't pretend and don't speak like you have done it before. Okay, that's all. So if you have questions, shoot me an email. This is my email. I also have this blog, quincy.com/blog. So I have like some posts that might be relevant to you, such as career advice for a recent computer science graduate, survival guide to AI courses at Stanford, but is like also applicable to other courses elsewhere. Okay, that's all. Thanks. Have a good day. I wish I could see you.
Hello. Is this working? Yeah, great. Okay, so that was fast. 3 presentations done. Now we're going to have a tea break. So we would like to invite you like outside. We have refreshments and fruits ready for you. We will adjourn in 15 minutes. So at 10:30, we'll be back in here for the second session on AI and academics in academia. See you in 15. Oh, and one more thing. Since we've been going very fast, you weren't able to ask questions.
Tháng 3 năm 2018, nữ doanh nhân Văn Đinh Hồng Vũ cùng ứng dụng học phát âm tiếng Anh Elsa Speak đã gọi vốn thành công vòng RIA trước Syria với con số 3,2 triệu đô từ Silicon Valley. Sau gần 3 năm ra đời, Elsa Speak đang có những bước tiến mạnh mẽ. Ra mắt vào năm 2016, Elsa Speak là công cụ đắc lực cho người học tiếng Anh trong việc học nói, nghe, giao tiếp, nhờ vào công nghệ Speak Recognition, phân tích giọng nói chính xác và phản hồi thông minh để giúp người học phát hiện lỗi sai trong phát âm đến từng chi tiết và hướng dẫn sửa lại một cách chuẩn xác nhất. Đến nay, ứng dụng có gần 4 triệu người dùng trên 101 quốc gia, trong đó có hơn 1,6 triệu người dùng tại Việt Nam.
Công nghệ này họ có một cái khả năng rất là đặc biệt, nó là nghe được các bạn nói từng từ, từng âm một. Và sẽ phân tích là cái âm nào bạn sai và âm nào bạn đúng. Và nếu như âm sai hay âm đúng thì mình sẽ phân tích là bạn sẽ phải thay đổi khẩu hình miệng, khẩu hình lưỡi như thế nào. Với công nghệ mình có thể giảm chi phí này, như hiện giờ tụi em chỉ tính tiền khoảng từ 60.000 một tháng. Dù là các bạn đến từ hoàn cảnh nào, các bạn cũng có thể học nói được.
Nhân ngày Nhà giáo Việt Nam 20 tháng 11, Elsa sẽ phát động chương trình Thầy cô Việt dạy tiếng Anh hay để có thể thực sự giúp người Việt nâng cao trình độ tiếng Anh của mình ngay từ trong trường học.
Deep learning is this branch of machine learning loosely inspired by how the brain works. We have had experience building software for deep learning over the last few years.
Although it was initially a research project, we've since collaborated with about 50 different teams at Google and deployed these systems in real products across a really wide spectrum of areas. Today, it's used heavily in our speech recognition systems, in the new Google Photos product, Gmail, in search.
We've really taken all that experience and built that into TensorFlow. TensorFlow is this machine learning library that's used across Google for applying deep learning to a lot of different areas.
Doing both artificial intelligence research and deploying these production models. They're really powerful at doing various kinds of perceptual and language understanding tasks. These models are able to actually make it so computers can actually see and are actually able to understand what is in an image when you're looking at it, what is in a short video clip. And that enables all kinds of powerful product features.
Machine learning is the secret sauce for the products of tomorrow. It no longer makes sense to have separate tools for researchers of machine learning and people who are developing real products. There should really be one set of tools that researchers can use to try out their crazy ideas, and if those ideas work, they can move them directly into products without having to rewrite code.
On the research side, the goal is to bring new understanding to existing problems, advance the state of the art on existing problems, understand new problems that weren't considered before. Then on the engineering side, the goal is to take those insights from the research community and use them to enable products and product features that wouldn't have been possible before.
Part of the point of TensorFlow is to allow collaboration and communication between researchers. It allows a researcher in one location to develop an idea and explore it, and then just send code that someone else can use on the other side of the world.
We are making it a lot easier for humans to be able to use the devices around them. We think having this as an open source tool really helps that and speeds that effort up. So we expect developers to be able to do a lot more than they can do today.
We think we have the best machine learning infrastructure in the world, and we have the opportunity to share that. And that's what we want to do here.